Hey guys, Straw Hat Backpacker coming to you here from Auckland, New Zealand. I am currently getting ready for my big walk. Tomorrow I am going out to take a bus to Kerikeri, one of the northern cities of New Zealand, and then I'm going to hitchhike all the way to the northern tip at Cape Reinga. And yeah, I have everything ready as you can see here. This is going to be the gear that I'm going to be taking with me on my trip, and for this video I'm going to do a gear checklist along with the food I'm going to be taking for my first 3 days. My first 3 days is going to be from Cape Reinga all the way down to Ahipara on the 90-mile beach. It's not really 90 miles, it's about 80 kilometers and then 20 kilometers to the beach, so I got about 100 kilometers to go before I'm going to reach another resupply point. So I'm going to show you the food that I'm going to have and all the gear that I'm going to be taking. It's about 17.3 pounds base weight, and then on top of that my food and my water. So yeah, let's go ahead and just start. So we got my gear here. We got sleeping bag, we have tent. This is a tent that I upgraded from. My old tent was about 4.5 pounds. This one's about 2 pounds. Then we have my sleeping pad, and then we have my ultralight pillow. This is going to be my sleeping system. Yeah, and then we have my tent footprint. That's going to be on the base of the tent to protect the tent from rocks and whatnot protruding the base of the tent. So we have that. We have jacket here. This is an insulated jacket, a synthetic insulated jacket. It's going to keep me warm. It's going to be my third base, or my third layer. I have a base layer, which is going to be my t-shirt, my merino wool t-shirt. Then I have my mid layer, which is this fleece right here. It's also made of merino wool. And then if it gets really cold, I'm going to have that outer layer shell as well. So we have that. We have gloves for my trip, merino wool gloves. Probably not going to be needing them too much since it's quite nice out right now, but just in case. Then we have rain and wind pants, just in case it rains. Aside from the rain and wind pants, I'm going to be wearing running shorts. These running shorts right here. It's going to make me more agile on the trail. It's going to be able to allow me to cover ground a lot quicker, and it's going to give me a lot more freedom for my legs. So decided to go with that. So we have my cooking system right here. We have my ultralight stove, my ultralight pot, and my ultralight spork. And we have my bottle, which I'm going to put mentholated alcohol in. This is going to be what I'm going to use to cook all of the food that I have. We have trekking poles right here. We have the solar panel that I'm going to be taking, my power system. I'm going to attach this to the back of my backpack. This is going to be my power source. When my external battery, when it runs out of juice, I'll be able to recharge it using this, the power of the sun. As long as it's sunny out, I'll be able to get a charge. We've got my camera along with my GoPro, which I'm using right now. We have my DSLR, which I decided to take. It's heavy, but I'm making the sacrifice just because I want to have good photography throughout my trip as well. We got this right here. This is my Kindle Paperwhite, and this is going to be one of the most handy things that I have on the trip. I'm able to store all 250 pages of my trail notes on here, and this thing has about a 2.5 month charge. I can also store books on here and whatnot too, but as far as all of my trail notes and keeping track of everything, just makes it super easy because this is all I'm going to be taking. It's very light as well. We have my GPS tracker. Now this is going to be one of the most important things on my trip. If anything bad happens to me, this activates. I just hit an SOS button right here, and then that's going to send a signal to NReach, and they'll contact anyone in the nearby vicinity to come and help me in case of an emergency. I can also send messages out to people as well. It's connected through my Facebook. Even if there's no signal, this is going to provide me a signal because NReach has their own satellites, so I'm able to send messages out anywhere in the world at any time. We have navigation. I'm going to have a map as well. Aside from my trail notes, I'm also going to have a compass, so we got that. It's really important that I am able to navigate without the use of electronics, because, you know, if something happens to my electronics on the trip, I gotta have a way to continue navigating manually. So the compass and the map are going to be really important for me. We have my journal. I'm going to be keeping track of things in here, just daily life and whatnot. We have my knife, survival knife, and if anything happens to me, I'll be able to use this. Just there's a serrated edge on it, so I'm able to cut wood with it as well. So it's going to be quite useful if anything bad happens. Headlamp. I'll be able to navigate in the dark. Granted, I'm not going to be doing a lot of trail hiking in the dark. In fact, I'll probably be doing none, but it's good to have, you know, if something happens at nighttime, I'll have a light, which is really important. Extra pair of glasses and my sunglasses. We have my matches, my waterproof matches, things like duct tape here and crazy glue. Those can come in handy if anything bad happens to me in case of an emergency, closing wounds, just anything like that, anything survival. So I got that just in case something happens. I also have a Bic lighter as well, and in here, I don't know if you can see, but I have A and B water treatment drops. Those are going to be able to sterilize any water that I have with me at all times. So if I get some water in like a puddle or something like that, I'm able to sterilize it and drink it, so it's quite nice. Sunscreen. The ozone layer is really thin in New Zealand, so I gotta have my skin protected at all times. And soaps in there as well. Then we have my platypus bottles. I have a 1 and 2 liter platypus bottle. I can fill both of these up with water. The 90 Mile Beach is going to be quite scarce for water unless I run into a stream, but it's hit or miss on the stream, so I'm going to fill those up before I leave, so I'll have some water along my route. Then we have the food that I'm going to be bringing for the next 3 days till I get to Apihara. We have some Oreos here, we got 2 muesli bars, chips, and then 3 cooked meals for each day. So I have 3 days in total. That's going to last me till I get to Apihara. Like I said, it's about 100 kilometers. I want to be doing about 33 kilometers a day, 35, something like that. That's going to be my goal. Of course, it's going to be on sandy terrain, so I'm hoping that, you know, it's going to be, the surface will be decent, you know, because walking on sandy terrain isn't going to be the best. It's going to slow me down a little bit, so I'm hoping that there's going to be some more solid terrain as I walk along the beach, but we're going to find out anyway. Yeah, I mean, I have my clothes out there drying right now, but I have 1 set of hiking clothes, 1 set of sleeping clothes, all made of merino wool, so I'm set there. Yeah, other than that, we have my ultralight backpack. We have Frodo there, Giraffe, he's coming with me. We have my straw hat flag, and then we have the Ring of Power. This is the ring that I'm going to be taking with me to Mordor on the Tongariro crossing. And yeah, this is the one ring that I have to destroy while I'm here in New Zealand, so let's do it. Like I said, I'm taking a bus tomorrow, and we're going to start walking in 2 days. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the trail and following me. Let's do this, guys. This is going to be crazy, but you're going to be with me every step of the way. I look forward to doing this. So here we go.